probably heard me saying 1 because I clicked slightly too early, but hi, what's up?
Hello.
Hello, we're here. I hope that everyone is well, and you should be able to hear Lucy when she's speaking.
Hello, it's me.
Good, yep. I look a little bit quieter than you, but I'll just turn my gain up a little bit. And also, yeah, exactly. In theory, you should also be able to hear some chill background music provided by Pretzel Rocks, who you have to pay to disable the chat bot, so we have to live with the chat. It's like, oh yeah, this is really great. Cool.
Everybody knows exactly what we're listening to.
Mm-hmm. Lucy's loud and clear. Excellent.
Yay.
Yeah, and in the theory, there should be a little bit of background music. No background music? There should be. Maybe I need to turn it up a bit more. Is that? Because it's picking up. Yeah, I can definitely see that coming through. Yeah, there it is. Okay, is that now too loud? Because it's a little bit loud for me. I can drop it a little bit. Let me know, and then I'll just get it set right. Just a wee bit. Cool. I kind of wanted to crank it up so that it was noticeably audible to everyone.
Music.
Woo! This one's way livelier than the one that was just playing. Also, yeah, because I'm on free Pretzel Rocks at the moment, our main options are chill or lo-fi. Again, let me know if it needs to go down further or what have you. But yeah, hello everybody, welcome. Hello. I've just realised I'm drinking from my Sam mug, which I've had for forever, since I was a small tiny boy. Either works for children. Exactly. I mean, the other one I would like, if I ever get to paying for the upgrade, I'll send to Lucy, is Chill EDM, because that's kind of my jam.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, hello and welcome to you and to us. How is everybody? How are you? Lucy, how are you? Cheers.
I'm fine. I have an empty mug of tea. I haven't filled it up yet. I will have to make myself a tea later. I am good. I'm kind of fine. I don't know. It's all a bit manic at the moment because I'm gearing up for an album launch.
Woo! Do you want to talk
first single
about that?
came out on Monday. For anyone who wants to listen to some cool trumpet.
Let me find the link on Spotify and share it in chat, because we can do that, and I don't have to worry about stepping on anyone's toes, because this is our channel.
Yeah.
We run this show.
We can self-promote.
Yeah. That's literally
exactly
what we're here to do.
Yeah.
I would play it, but I don't know if we get muted.
Probably would.
Probably
would.
Yeah. Why?
You've disappeared me.
Why did that just lose you? Where did that? You're still.
There we go.
I'm back. What? Is it being weird because I opened up Spotify?
Oh. Yeah, it's having a great time.
No, that's what's
I'm
going
a ghost.
on there.
Ooh.
Hang on. What is going on?
It's like playing peekaboo with this. There she is. Where's she gone?
Why?
There she is. Lynn's having a great time with this.
Is it because I was mousing over things and so Windows is doing the hide everything thing?
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. What? Yeah.
It's possibly
weird. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, all good now. But yeah, that link to Spotify is Lucy's single.
Yeah.
I interrupted you to talk myself. You go, please.
That's fine. The first of 3. There will be 3 singles coming out, and then the album comes out on the 31st of March. So if you are interested in trumpet and also piano and contemporary weird noises, but also really nice, pretty melodies. It's very difficult to describe this album to. It's because I can describe it to classical musicians and it's fine. It's it's a mix of contemporary and then some arrangements and things. I suppose that makes sense to everybody, but also it's that doesn't adequately express the entire ridiculous range of stuff that there is on this album. There's really nice stuff, and then there's stuff that just sounds like electrical interference. So yeah, it's a bit of a journey. That's what they say, isn't it? Cool kids say everything's a journey.
Yeah.
Don't
stop believing.
Exactly. Precisely. So yeah, so that'll be out on the 31st of March if you want to listen to some cool trumpet stuff. So yeah, but I've had to do the thing of because I am self-contained in that I do not have a manager or an agent. I have to do all my obviously all my own social media stuff. I'm really bad at social media posting, so I've actually had to like write down on a piece of paper, because I am old and do things in the analog way. What?
I'm just gonna say, like, I don't know that anyone's good at social media posting. I think some people are just lucky enough to find themselves in a position where, like, the weight of their audience, like, it's more you kind of like trip and fall ass backwards into a position of having a big audience, and then you just kind of go, oh, well, that must be because I did everything right, so I'm going to impart this knowledge as a wise social media influencer to other people and say, like, yeah, if you make your videos like this and you include this kind of content and you do this sort of thing, then they'll succeed. And everyone does that, and it doesn't, because there isn't actually a solution to doing that. They just tripped and fell into that, and just kind of by having the sheer weight of that audience, it then means that you kind of can't fail, because everything you put out will hit that critical mass and just be uplifted through the algorithm. Sorry, anyway, carry on. Also, hey, Arian. Welcome.
About social media. Yes, welcome in, Arian. Greetings, lovely to see you. And obviously, Lady Mephistopheles. I still can't say your name. And Lynn, and anyone else who was in.
Welcome to all of you.
Welcome, you're all wonderful.
Exactly, Arian. Oops,
there's a pandemic and now everyone likes our music. Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've had to like actually write down a schedule for what I need to post when, what I can post when, and it's just, I hate it. I hate it so much, because every time I post, I feel a bit of soul like exit my body.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't. This feels disingenuous, even though it isn't. It's like it's completely fine, and I'm not trying to like. I'm not lying or anything. It's just, hey, listen to stuff, please.
Every time I have to write link in bio on a Longs John's post, I feel a part of me die.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing.
Neat.
How are you, Sam?
I am mostly okay, dealing with a bit of wisdom tooth grief over the last couple of days. I'll just, like, rather than just like talk about it, I'll just get that out of the way. So I'm hoping I can like make it through the full stream tonight. Oh, is Joey just... Yeah, he has a box. I don't know if it's visible.
Oh, has he got in the box?
I don't want to mess... Well, he was in the box. There we go. He lives...
Oh.
He loves the box.
Hi, Joey.
And he just hopped out and is like sat behind me. Because this is what he does. He sits on me, and then he remembers the box. He goes in the box. Then he hears my voice. And hi. And then he like jumps out and sits on the end of the bed, asking for a bit of fuss. Maybe comes on my lap for a few minutes, and then goes back in the box. And
He's a precious boy.
This is a box in which arrived like a big old hoodie from Bungie the other day, which I'm not wearing for the publicised reason. Oh hi. The publicised reason that like the official message is that it's black, and so we'll get absolutely covered in cat hair, like this purple Twitch brand hoodie that I'm wearing at the moment. The unofficial reason is, to put this as delicately as possible, it looks a lot like I'm expressing my inner femininity, and I do not wish to really talk about it much further than that.
No. It's sure a design choice, let's put it that way.
Yeah. It's one of those things that's like, hey, this is cool. Oh, and once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
Hi, you really want your fuss, don't
He
you?
really wants attention.
Yeah, okay, so I'm just going to be doing this for a bit. Oh, my word.
Look at his little face.
But yeah, aside from that, in my world, I had to do the thing of stopping myself from talking about a conversation subject, because otherwise I would have just gone straight through it before we'd started the stream. But hello.
Oh yeah. God, he is.
He really, really wants the fuss. He like sits in the box and realizes he's starved for fuss, and then like, no, I need more.
I need
give
this.
Fuss. Yeah. So the other day on Twitter, it happened across my feed. Speaking of the social medias, hi. You can't quite see that he's just like grabbing my arm.
Yeah.
There you go.
He's gonna try and climb up in a minute.
Oh, he is. Yeah. He will jump up on my shoulders if position presents itself. He's also going to bite me. I can tell he's going to, because he will do this, not aggressively, but just like out of like reflex. He'll just kind of go whip round it. Hi, yes you. As I was saying, like there we go. No, nearly.
Yeah.
He's just going to get a fang into the wrist.
It's blood.
I forget exactly where they're located, but a bookstore called, I think, Bodega Books. I want to say kind of near London-ish, but that is completely vague and non-specific. They put out an appeal saying like, hey, we need to make like 800 quid's worth of sales by Tuesday if anyone can help, if you're looking to buy some books. And I thought, small independent bookstore that lists on bookshop.org, a site that I use regularly for buying things, hell yeah, I'll give them a look. And so I went on there and actually managed to find a couple of books. I was kind of confused because you can just like search on the site and it will just list a whole load of books. And I was like, am I just buying the book from the site, or am I buying it from this specific vendor? Am I just happening to find stuff that I would like in their stock? Or is it just like, hey, yeah, you're searching, but here's anything that you can get from anywhere, and it's not actually helping them if I buy it? But as far as I can tell, I did manage to find a couple of books that were listed in their stock. One of which, these are like new, not used copies, and I tried to buy used where possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of them was another collection of Mary Eleanor Wilkins Freeman, or just Mary Freeman, short stories, which are, I think, specifically like ghostly horror-y stories, because she wrote a lot of short stories, and I've got like 2 collections already which seem to be about a whole bunch of other topics. So I still keep meaning to read through and pick out some ones from those, but we found her from some of the ghost stories that she wrote, which firstly I really enjoyed, and secondly were kind of an education for me, because they were ghost stories but not horror ghost stories. They were more just like, it was just kind of sad. Yeah. But that's fine. That's like a good, valid topic for a short story, for any story. Like, things can make you sad. That's okay. But I really liked them. I really liked her, and so yeah, being able to find a collection of specifically ghost stories by her seemed really great. So I bought that, and I also bought Kidnapped by Robert Louis Stevenson, because hello. Having recently reread Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, or The Curious Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, for
its full name.
Yep, for the Bandcamp.
Exclamation.
Can you see this? He's like,
he's
climbing.
having a great time.
Okay, you just come over. Scoop. All right, there you go.
It's like, I want fuss. Give me fuss.
There we go.
If you won't give me enough fuss, I will come and get it.
Up there. Yeah, really needing the attention.
Star of the show.
Yep, there you go. So yeah, thank you. Recently reread Curious Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde for the Bandcamp. Firstly, kindly linked in chat by Lucy, but secondly, extremely kindly edited by Lucy. I cannot stress the relative amount of work that goes into it, editing versus reading. Like, reading is like, oh, okay, I've got to sit down for maybe 3 hours to read 2 hours worth of words at most. And the editing is so much more than that. It's so much work for what's basically just going through and cutting out flubs and mistakes, which, we do our best to mark.
Sometimes people forget to mark them. So I have to listen through. I mean, I have to listen through the whole things anyway.
Yeah, I would expect, but yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, you can't really listen through at like 2 times speed or anything. You've got to go through.
No.
Got to go through at regular speed, and so if you've got 2 hours worth of stories to listen to, that takes you at least 2 hours to go through, and it's gonna take you a lot longer than that to actually get through. This is just to like stress my eternal gratitude to Lucy for taking this on and doing the editing. And so yeah, like that's that side of things. But yeah, having recently read through some of Stevenson's other like quite notable work, I just found that I really liked the way that he wrote. Like, just because we had a lot of things on that we've read on here where I found that I don't know if this is the same for you. I'll be like, I enjoyed the story, but I'm not sure I'm such a big fan of the way you tell it. Like, there's been a number of authors who are classic and notable and influential and massively important who actually, while I'm reading... Yeah, he's the star. But it's like when I'm reading it, I'm sort of thinking there's a lot of good components here, but the way in which it's told is actually quite dry and quite kind of, again, like sort of detached and unemotive, and I'm just telling you things that happened because it's more like a news report than...
It's basically how McGonagall writes poetry.
Yeah, kind of. And every now and then one of them will like sneak in some actual like, not like actual kind of personality from the person writing, actually get some atmosphere, get some emotion, like you can kind of engage with their imagination a bit more. And I kind of got a bit of that from Stevenson, like just the way he would describe the atmosphere, the mood, like the thick London fog. It's like stuff that you don't really need to do. You could just say it was dark, it was gloomy, but it's like, no, I'm going to engage with this. I'm really going to work to give you a sense of presence. It's like, oh, okay, I like this. I like the way you actually handle this stuff. Yeah. And so, yeah, there was another one of his, Kidnapped, which I think it says is more like a young adult fiction kind of range. But we've done Moonfleet, so is that. And so, I mean,
there's Treasure Island as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm keen to get into it and see what that. So, yeah, I have those on the way to look forward to. For when we get there. We have a lot of books. We don't need more books.
No, we don't. It's very dangerous because near me there are several very good secondhand bookshops. Like really good secondhand bookshops, like the kind of secondhand bookshops that you could just spend a day in. Just not just books in bookshelves, but books on the floor, books on every surface.
Proper black book style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so good, and we have to sort of restrain ourselves.
That one we went to the other day that literally just feels it just feels like someone's
the one
house.
Down the alley.
Yeah, it's like tucked down an alley, like they begrudgingly what it feels like is when collecting books has gone too far. This is like old books on my personality. Someone who like their house has just been inundated and overrun by all the old books that they've collected, and kind of begrudgingly they've gone, screw it, I'm gonna put a sign out, and they've just like down the, they don't really want to, but they've like stuck a sign out down the alleyway to go like, books down here if you like, IDEK, and you go down there and it's just like a little old man, oldish, sat behind a counter, and literally like the stories of the house where you would expect to find like a living room and maybe a kitchen, and then like, you know, another space upstairs and then a bedroom. It's just books all the way up.
Yeah.
So I'm recognizing these from when I used to listen to the Chill Hub playlist. This is really nice, actually, the music.
Oh, nice.
Which you can't hear, sorry.
Speaking of books, you found a website which has more poems of that author you linked a while back because his Poetry Day is coming. Oh yeah, when actually is National... We did talk about this last time, didn't we?
Nice,
we talked about when National Poetry Day was. We did find it out, and it's not on a Wednesday or Saturday, but we can definitely do a poetry stream, I reckon.
Cool.
Just take... Basically... sometime in March. Cool. Okay. Well,
right.
we will try and organise that because it would just be nice as well to maybe like the week before or something ask you guys in chat, hey, any poems you can recommend?
Yeah, give us some submissions.
And we'll just read some poetry. March 21st.
Nice. I have no idea what day that is. I guess you're looking it up.
No. But I know it's someone's birthday. It is. Yeah, it's Tuesday. So I guess we could do it on the Wednesday.
I just found it. He said, it's not your birthday. No, it's not your birthday.
It's not my birthday.
No, but it rung a bell for me too. I was like, why? What?
Yes.
Is it someone I know's birthday? I don't want.
Yes, it's someone you know's birthday. Right. I don't want to just completely dox them. So I'm not going to say who it is.
That's fine. But it's just, again, it's ringing a bell for me. And like, why do I know that date?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes, it's someone we both know.
Right.
Now chat can find out.
Oh, okay. I could probably guess because we got that.
Yes.
Right.
Big yawn. Start of spring. Yeah, it's the spring equinox.
Oh, that's probably also why.
What is Joey doing? No.
It's
He's being very cute.
Yeah, it's the only way he knows.
Very, very sweet.
But yeah, so that's... Yeah, we'll try to do something for that. That'd be good.
Yeah, that would be good. And for those of you who want to know what is on this month's Bandcamp offering, for those of you who are subscribed to our Bandcamp, you get it when it comes out. For those of you who aren't,
should be the first of the month, which should be Wednesday.
After, yep, it will be Wednesday. It will be 3 EC stories, one of which I know everybody really enjoyed, which was The Yacht by Arnold Bennett.
Oh, nice.
Which was the exquisitely sassy one.
Yeah.
So, yes, that was fun to re-record because it's a good story.
Yeah.
And I very much enjoy it. See, that's another one. It's like the story itself isn't necessarily a story. Like there's not much there. It's just someone who gets a bit annoyed about a propeller, basically.
Yeah.
But just the way in which it was written was just so good. It's like, oh, you know how to write people.
Yeah.
This is great. So, yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
hello, Ray Tracer. Greetings.
Yeah.
Hope you are well. Your cat has joined the Needy Kitty Club. Nice. Excellent.
But yeah, like that's another thing that's been nice about doing this, like kind of getting to curate those things a bit and like find these authors. Well, I say find for us and presumably for our audience, find these authors. Not like, oh, we have discovered amongst the tomes. We're not historians. We're not digging through
archives.
We're
not the British Library.
No. But like for ourselves and for you, like to find these works and actually like read them and be like, oh, this is really fun. This like it's not someone you know. It's not something I'd have ever read under normal circumstances. But to be able to find something and go, oh, actually, this is to me notable because it's good for it has things that I like about it. Either a fun story or the stuff that I find I enjoy more is it doesn't necessarily I don't care that so much about the story as long as it's written in a fun way. If there's something that I find engaging about the actual the text itself, that's fun and engaging for me. Then that's what
I just enjoyed how Joey was like this and then suddenly Moon was like what, and all his hair was just completely what's going on. Also, hello, Kat, who walks by herself.
Welcome.
Hope you are well. You still don't have a good grasp of your schedule. Neither do we.
No.
So, yeah. Basically, just keep an eye on our Twitter, and we will. We've kind of. We've kind of fallen into the not intentional, but sort of schedule of this Monday stream being on the last Monday of the month. I think that's what we've done for the last. Couple of months, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. So.
Oh, you get reminded it's Wednesday when you get a notification of what you tweet. Oh, sorry. Oh, goodbye.
Oh.
Okay.
Bye, Joey.
Gonna let him out. 1 sec.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this track that chat can hear and you can't. It sounds like it's got a sheep on it. That's weird.
Does it?
Yeah.
I wish to hear this track now.
I mean,
it does, yeah. It does. Is it wah, wah, wah?
Yeah.
Meh. Weird.
I don't know. Again, do let me know if the music is like fine, if it's annoying, if it's distracting, or if it's doing it like I'm trying it. Give me your opinions. Please do. I'm open to anything. I'm not like married to the idea or anything. I just thought it might be nice
to.
I
hope not.
No. Thought it might be nice just to like fill out the background a little bit. But yeah, what are we up to? How are we doing? So I suppose.
But yes,
sorry, go on.
Sorry, I was just going to say about the schedule. So we should probably try and make this Monday stream happen at the same time every month, but stuff gets in the way.
Yeah.
Sometimes we forget. We're only human. So yeah, apologies if it gets a bit hard to follow. There will be a Monday in the month, in each month. that we will do one of these.
I mean, to explain from my side as well, my problem is that I don't do mornings very well, and by mornings I don't mean like, oh, I'm not a morning person. I have to have a lie-in until like 9. No. Yeah, but you can still get up before like on the right side of 12 o'clock.
True.
I struggle with mornings. I really do. Well, it's more that I struggle with going to bed early enough to get up in time for the morning, which every other day of the week isn't too bad. But on Mondays, is meeting day, which usually means I've had to like get up for what is me early, and go to a meeting. And yeah, sometimes it's fine. Sometimes it can be a bit kind of taxing on the old physical, and I can be tired, and I can be, let's say, mentally quite drained by that kind of thing, one way or another. And usually that, like, sometimes I'm fine for it in the evening. Other times I'm just not. So that can be sort of some of the struggle for me, in terms of getting to Monday evening and feel like, oh, now I've got to go live and do a stream. Which isn't to say that these things are a hassle or you people are a burden or anything like that. I know it's,
just as Lady Mephistopheles says, a spoons.
Yeah. So that's, that can be another one where it's like, when we tried to set it to the schedule of, what was it, second Monday or whatever of the month.
We ditched that pretty quickly.
We very quickly realised that, no, this isn't, it's just got to be a Monday, one Monday out of the month when we both feel up to it. And for me, unfortunately, by the time it gets to the last Monday of the month, I'm like, well, I don't have any excuses. There's no other Monday I can bump it to, so I guess we're doing this today. Which again is not to say.
Yeah, and also, not to put like all of the responsibility on your shoulders as well, because Monday for me is quite a busy day as well. So it does get to the end of the day, and I'm just like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
But yes. Also, end of February ambushes everyone.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be March in 2 days. What?
It's still December. It's not even Christmas yet.
It is still winter.
Yeah.
In fact, it very is flipping cold at the moment.
It is. Well, as I just noticed, like I can just feel like the heating coming on. It's like, oh, good. Fill me with your warmth. For now. I mean, I should work on some kind of ducting to funnel the heat that my laptop puts out into like, if I could like filter that under the desk and just blow it onto my feet, that would be delicious. It would be great. I'd love it.
Yeah.
Just think.
Feet that get cold.
Yeah. Just thinking, like, another thing also that I should probably explain, because I floated the idea on Saturday and people seemed to go for it, and we seemed to think it might work, which you may notice in the title for the stream, where it's not
we haven't actually told.
No. Where it's not just Chilliteracy or Chilliteracy. I don't know which way we want to emphasise that still, and I'm kind of happy for it to be ambiguous.
Yeah.
Number 8, which is this, but I forgot to put a marker for the start, but that's fine. What I was thinking we might do, and what again we want to try. This is all open.
Also, hello, Andy Pats.
Andy, hello, welcome.
Welcome in.
This is all open to like discussion and rearrangement and stuff. But we were thinking perhaps keeping like this talking segment down to like an hour, because sometimes we can talk for 2 hours, other times it can kind of feel a little bit like we're stretching for time or cutting things off early. So I thought if we actually set these going for like about an hour or so, and then after the hour swap over to maybe playing a game of some kind, like we did the other day.
A narrative game.
Yes, specifically a sort of narrative, text adventure-y kind of game. I always forget the term. Not interactive fiction, interactive novel, not graphic novel.
Don't know.
Basically, visual novel. Yeah, that kind of thing. Which in this case would be Scarlet Hollow, because we started that the other day, and
we did.
Frankly, I've been like really, really wanting to go back and finish it because it's just really compelling and really enjoyable, and we have a lot more to get through. So yeah, I thought maybe we could try, because we were both feeling like it would be good to add that sort of content to the schedule,
Yeah, because people seem to enjoy it, and it's again, it's kind of, oh, I don't want to say branching out necessarily, but it's narration, it's reading in a different format, and we're obviously people who enjoy video games, like, and appreciate video games as an art form.
Yeah.
And as a narrative art form, they're great. So
yeah,
why not include those ones that have good, well, not good, but they have some sort of reading element.
Yeah.
In these.
Yeah, and so
I know,
kind of. Oh, sorry, go on.
We know lots of. Sorry, I was going to say we know a lot of you guys are also into games in some shape or form.
Yeah.
So.
And that's the thing. Not to try and like, not sort of brute force it in, and to make it like a constant mandatory part of the schedule, because like, there's only going to be so many things that we can find that we want to play and that kind of fit that kind of vibe that we want for the channel. So yeah, as obviously as has been stressed, narrative games, not, you know, again, I'm a big Destiny fan, big expansion tomorrow. I'm not going to be streaming Destiny on the channel, for instance, or where we've had from Stream Elements offers to do like a promoted stream for Raid Shadow Legends or something, or even Marvel Snap, which is another one I play a lot. It's like, hey, do a promoted stream for Marvel Snap or Raid Shadow Legends. I'm like, no, it's not going to fit the channel. That it would just be weird. But we feel that stuff like Scarlet Hollow, and I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. But there's
we did The Longing, but finished.
Yeah. And I do want to like restart that, but I'm trying to figure out when's a good time. Maybe tomorrow on John's stream if that goes ahead. But yeah, we would like to kind of incorporate that kind of stuff a bit more on here. Like you said, not to like drastically mix things up, but it just provides a little bit more variety, and it's something we enjoy, and people seem to enjoy it. So why not find a way to make it work without adding like new streams to the schedule?
Yeah.
But just kind of fitting it into the ones we already do.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of what we're gonna do in about 20 minutes or so, I guess, when we go down for a break and come back and do a bit of Scarlet Hollow. Yeah.
But what have you been reading, Sam? Is it possibly a story about vampires?
Oh yeah. Well, I was going to say, like, in my off time, I've actually stopped reading again.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You know there is a book you have on in your pile of books to read. What I gave you.
Yeah. No. Okay. So that's, if I may explain, that is the problem, because I want to read that. That is the next one I'm going to read, but I've been struggling to read things that aren't on Kindle, because what I tend to do is like turn the lights out and use like the Kindle app on my phone, and then I'll read off that. So then when I'm done, I can just like phone down, that's it, I'm gonna sleep now. It's, I know, still unhealthy, bad sleep hygiene and stuff like that.
You can get little bookmark lights, I think.
Yeah, but then you've got to worry about batteries and stuff.
Like, you don't worry about battery on your phone.
Yeah, but my phone I just plug in to charge up. I don't have to like go and buy new batteries and
plug in ones. I don't know.
I don't know. It is just like a very simple, fundamental mechanical difference between reading off a phone screen and I like holding books. I like reading books, but I just struggle to actually schedule the time in my day or night to actually sit there with the light on and read.
It is a lot more difficult. That's why, like, if you're traveling anywhere, that's basically when I do most of my reading. If I've got a long train journey or just a train journey, I'll finish a book.
Yeah, and
I'll start a book, and then by the time I get to my destination, I'll finish it.
I'm almost trying to think now, like, whether I just need like a dimmer light, because my bedside light is quite bright, and I'm just trying to think whether actually if I had something a little bit dimmer. Oh, good night, Erin.
Oh yeah, it's a white light, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Warm light.
Yeah.
Good night, Erin. Take care. Sleep well. I hope your nights improve.
Indeed.
And enjoy the Scarlet Hollow VOD when it goes up.
Indeed. Yeah, I'm going to try and split them in two. So this will be its own separate thing, and Scarlet Hollow will be its own separate thing. So you don't have to like watch both to get both. Watch one to get both. I agree, Andy. Sleep hygiene, schmeep hygiene. Agreed. Yes. Good point.
Sheep hygiene.
No. What was I saying? Yes.
Reading.
Yeah. So like, and that's the thing. There's other stuff that I could potentially acquire on Kindle, because I bought a bunch of other books as well that I do also want to read, but because I've promised myself and you that, like, no, I'm going to read that one. I've forgotten the name of it. Cat Out of Hell. That's the one.
Yeah.
I'm going to read it next, and so like everything else is just like stopped and is piling up in the back.
Yeah.
So yeah, but no, because
yes,
I also got.
I was just going to say, for anyone who has not heard of it, you probably haven't. Cat Out of Hell by Lynn Truss.
Yeah, she wrote this and then became the PM. It's weird.
Who is a fantastic comic writer. She is really good. It's an excellent. Sorry if you can hear rumbling in the background. It's the bins being taken out. It is an excellent book about cats. That's all I'm going to say. But it's really good and it's very funny. Nice. And it's a quick read. So, would
for someone who reads as fast as you, maybe.
Well, okay, fine. I mean, it's that thick, something like that, which I define as a quick read. So I'm not. Yeah, don't ever ask me how long did it take you to read this book. Is it a quick read? Because I will just say yes, and it won't be. For anyone who doesn't read at the stupid pace that I do.
Yes, it is absurd. Oh yeah.
I remember at school we had like a skim reading contest at one point. I think in like a history lesson or something. It was like, can you absorb this? Can you absorb all of the information in here as quickly as possible? And I think not. I think I managed to. Not only did I manage to absorb all the information, but I think I managed to quote some of it directly back. And I was done in like 30 seconds because it was like a paragraph or two. Yeah, the teacher kind of looked at me as if I was some kind of alien.
There's either going to be one or two people in
it's
chat
very
who
stressful,
go,
though.
oh yeah, well, so we used to have the reading machine. And I want to know for whom that. No, I wouldn't imagine you did. I want to know if there's anyone in chat for whom that means anything. It was this mechanical device. Like this is going to sound eerily dystopian. Welcome to my school.
I was just about to say that sounds like your school.
You've heard some of the stories that I had that I've told you from school time, and so that is a whole.
I am surprised Sam is as well adjusted as he is.
That is a whole topic. But we had the reading machine. That's not in quotes. That literally it was the reading machine. It was a triangular device with little feet underneath, and you would feed a sheet of paper, like A4 paper, with text printed on it into the machine, and it had like spools, and it would like feed the paper through. And you would read it as it scrolled through, and it was kind of it had like a little window on the front and like a line, and so you would have to like read the lines as it came through, and I'm trying to remember what specific texts it was.
That sounds hellish.
Knowing my school, probably Bible verses. And you could like adjust the speed, and it was kind of you're reading at this kind of ages reading speed kind of stuff. Right. So it wasn't competitive, but it was a little bit like self-competitive, like, oh, you're reading faster, and you're trying to get like a faster and faster reading speed from this thing. No real emphasis on comprehension or anything like that. It was just like, how fast can you read? How fast can you read? That was how they did reading stuff in my school, or one of the ways that they taught reading in my school.
Yep.
We need a school time memoir. Oh,
that's no, you don't. You really don't.
There are things that I would not put on the internet. No. Kind of like an old school teleprompter. I guess, kind of, yeah. It's just one of those things that at the time seemed normal because the school did it and everyone just kind of participated in it. And then you get older and you look back and like, that was weird. That probably didn't teach me any kinds of the right lessons about reading. That just taught me to read fast. Like, skip all meaning, skip all inference, all understanding and comprehension.
Everything.
Just get the words out, And it's like, that's... Yeah. So, welcome to my school years.
Let's not go there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that there's a lot of people who are going to have worse stories, but yeah, it was a time. 1980s, everybody. Yeah.
Specifically your school.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Dracula.
Where
are we at?
Dig through the ditches and burn through the witches.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, we are at Everything is Fine.
I mean, isn't that just the whole book?
Yeah.
Everything's fine. It's all fine. There's no vampires here. Fine.
Like... oh my goodness. Everyone...
Yeah.
Like... I was wondering when it would get to this point of... Good grief, do you not all realise you are in a book called Dracula? Which is, like... That's... Because that's the thing. Like, for the audience for whom it was written, I guess I wouldn't expect that if you give them someone who is completely naive to the concept of a Dracula and this mysterious old, like, immortal dude who lives in a gothic castle, and like he looks really old, but is also like strong as a truck, and like he bites people and drinks their blood, we think, and he appears in a mist and like on the glitters of moonlight that plays through the dust, and can turn himself into a bat and command wolves and rats and things, and do all these things, and like, yeah, that's Dracula. You know what that is. Stay away from him. If he invites you to his house, don't do it. If he asks to come into your house, don't do it. We know these rules, they're established. Steak and garlic and crucifixes, and it's all good. We'll be fine.
Sounds like a lovely recipe.
Yeah, wonderful.
Steak and garlic.
Come round for dinner later. And so, like, yeah, we know this, but the audience at the time, I don't expect would know this, maybe? I don't know. I'm not of that time period, and I'm not sure how, like, widespread that knowledge would be. And so there is, like, obviously, it's like an inbuilt dramatic irony that you, the reader, know that, like, it's Dracula. Okay, so when Jonathan Harker's like, ho hum, I'm going to go on a trip through, like, Eastern Europe, and I'm going to go and stay at the Castle Dracula, home of Count Dracula, and everyone that I keep walking past keeps making like weird cross signs at me. I don't get it, and I'm having these weird dreams. That's probably the paprika, and we're like, nah, it's Dracula. That's what he does. And is the audience supposed to be going along with that, or are you as the audience meant to know, like, yeah, it's what he does? And
be interesting to kind of travel back in time to read it with the eyes of the people who would have read it.
Yeah, but we've hit the point now where I'm just like, do you people not, like, Lucy...
I hear Joey.
Oh, really? Oh, 1 sec then. Okay, I'll continue the rant in a sec.
Yeah. Also, no, I do not know if Dracula was published as a whole or chapter by chapter like Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, not sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Chapter by chapter like Dickens as well, maybe. It's very possible. Lots of things in
Joey,
that time were.
I just punched him in the head because he jumped up. I was like still adjusting.
It was published whole. Oh, okay.
I was just like adjusting myself. He like his latest habit is just throwing himself. If
I'm up on you now.
Yeah, it's like door, bam, going through it. Bed, onto it. Like, please chill. And he just threw himself onto my lap as I was moving my hand. Are you okay, buddy?
I'm sure he's fine.
He will be fine.
And it was published whole. Interesting.
Neat. Okay, thank you.
So it's not even like a thread of suspense, really.
Yeah.
It's just like, you guys are idiots.
Yeah, just like because you literally have Like their whole thing is, oh, we must catalogue and document and place in chronological order every single account that has been written by every single person involved in this story, such that we can have access to all the information at all times, so we can adequately and properly, like, trace what's going on and piece together all these bits of information, and be like, knowledge is our best weapon against this. And like, Lucy Westenra has just been through a whole ordeal of seeing, like, having weird visions, going sleepwalking, being mysteriously ill all the time, and, like, you know, pale and lethargic and ill. And Van Helsing has even shown up and been like, yeah, no, this is the work of a Dracula going on here. We need to do something about this. I'm going to put some garlic all around the place, and we're going to put crucifixes around, and we're going to completely wall and, like, shut the windows and everything like that, and it'll keep the Dracula at bay. And it didn't work out, and she died. And like, oh, okay, so clearly this is the work of Dracula. The spooky squad moved into Dr. Seward's mental asylum. That is a whole other story that, like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But you know, they moved into there, and like, oh, going by all this information that we now have access to, Count Dracula lives next door. We're literally living right next door to Count Dracula, the antagonist of this whole story. The guy, clearly documented from the very start of all these notes that we've been taking, is the bad guy who is working against us and doing all these things, and responsible for the death of Lucy Westenra. Anyway, Mina, what's up with you? Oh, I'm feeling very tired and lethargic and, like, just sort of drained all the time, and I keep having these weird dreams of, like, spooky mist coming into the house, and, like, dogs barking, and, like, I don't know, just I'm having trouble sleeping, but then I just kind of, like, snap awake like I don't know when I fell asleep, and it's like, huh, that's weird. That's it's probably just, like, stress, I guess. Yeah. Like, that sounds terrible. Here, have a sleeping draft to help you with the sleep, and maybe, like, a tot of brandy or something, and...
Oh, brandy solves everything.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
including Dracula's.
All the men were going to go into this room over here and just, like, chat about things. Anyway, peace. You go to bed. You get some sleep. Here, put this hood over you like a canary, or budgie even, and we're going to go talk about manly things, because you're a woman and you're fragile and delicate, and we don't need to get affected. Bye. And it's like, do you deserve everything that is coming to you? Frankly, not her, because, like. Yeah, but everyone else. How? I
baffling.
I lose the ability to sentence, and yeah. To be fair, she went to the doctor with those symptoms. They probably put her on antidepressants to tell her to lose weight. Yes, that is that. Probably. Yes, absolutely.
Get more fresh air.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you spend any time on your phone? Yeah. Well, there we go. It's that's where I've started to get a little bit frustrated. Like, this is so obviously the work of the bad guy, and now that we've actually had the realization and the confrontation, as, like, the last section, spoilers, ended with, like, them finding Dracula in the room and be like, no, get out, foul beast. And immediately it's like, oh, Jonathan, are you okay? Your wife's just been brutally attacked by Count Dracula. Jonathan, are you alright? How are you doing? Jonathan Harker, are you okay?
Yeah.
Is everything alright? Are you emotionally scarred and traumatized by this, Jonathan? Shut up, Mina. Jonathan, what's going on? Are you okay? Do you need a hug, buddy? And it's like, does she not have...
Mina's just there, just, blood, I'm dying.
But it's like, does she not have a support group? No, her support group just died.
Yep. It's all fine. All fine.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what happens next.
More people die.
Probably. Yeah, we lost Renfield.
Yep.
Which is my voice is grateful for that.
You're really glad about that. Yeah.
Not for him, because he's a disgusting character because he eats spiders and flies, and genuinely that was making me retch the first time I had to read that. That's but as a character in the story, I think is really fascinating and interesting.
Yeah.
I like Renfield a lot. I'm sorry for the conditions under which he's forced to live.
Yes.
But yeah, I think he's a very sympathetic character. But yes, that's...
But your voice isn't happy with it.
No.
This is the problem, isn't it? We've done this so many times now. It's like, this character shall have this voice. Oh, why did I make this character have this voice?
Yeah.
3 hours later.
Why? Why did you give me all these speeches? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Why?
And it's purely because I went through the IMDb page to see who they'd cast as these people for the film.
Oh,
It's like,
right.
yeah, that's just because I'm really, really bad at coming up with like any sort of idea for what a character should sound like and retaining that in my head. But if I have like a list of actors, then I can just sort of think, okay, I'm gonna do an impression of like Richard E. Grant or Tom Waits, but I can just have in my mind just like a shortcut, like, oh, okay, probably this, and just go to something that's reasonably close to that.
Yeah.
But sometimes it comes with regret, such as I'm going to have to try and do some sort of American accent, or...
Yeehaw.
Howdy, y'all.
Tits, huh?
But yeah, ultimate himbo, Quincy P. Morris.
We love ourselves a himbo.
Yeah. And definitely not shipping them with, but totally shipping him with Godalming, who just hang out together all the time. Two bros.
Chilling in a castle.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Near a castle.
But yeah, that's
Trying not to get eaten by a vampire.
Yeah, it'll work out well for the both of them. But yeah, that's been Dracula, so look forward to more of that. Probably next Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm assuming you're planning to be back on Wednesday?
More short stories on Wednesday. I haven't decided what I'm going to read yet, but more short stories.
Yep.
So,
Just 'cause you
probably
read
more
quickly.
silly stories.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't read out loud quickly. I just...
No, but it means you can, like, plan them, prep them.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Yes,
Again,
this is the good thing about reading quickly. Short stories especially, I can just read through them on the day and go, yeah, that one.
It still takes me about 3 to 4 hours to prep 2 hours worth of reading because I'm so easily distracted. I'm there messaging Lucy like, yeah, I'm just reading some stuff. I'm like, why are you on your phone?
Yeah, it's like,
Because I got distracted. My attention waned and I needed to go to Twitter and read some things, and now I came back to here and I'm just, okay, sorry. Yeah, I'll get back to reading. Yeah.
It's easy to get distracted.
Yeah.
Also, I find that when you're reading a longer book as well, because with Monte Cristo, for example, there was no way in hell I was going to pre-read chapters.
No.
I was just like, I trust this book to be okay. Given that what we've gone through thus far, I will censor things that need to be censored, such as really bad words or very blatant racism. But I can probably do that on the fly. So yeah, if like the worst comes worst, I'll do a quick flick through. So
yeah.
ADHD gang represent. Yep.
Still not had a diagnosis. Should absolutely seek a diagnosis because I have my suspicions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if a diagnosis does much.
Not at this age, no. It gives me an answer. It gives me something to actually say yes. Without caveats and like, well, I've not had anything to test for it, but yeah, I reckon.
Probably.
Yeah, would not be surprised. But yeah, like I used to find like with reading, I kind of like if I like sat down to read at night, say before going to bed, I like the first chunk would go really slowly. If I read for like say 2 hours or something like that, the first hour I wouldn't like make much progress, and then I'd eventually just like almost like slip into a flow state where I'm just suddenly just chewing through pages of the book, just like okay next, and like it speeds up as I kind of sink into it, which doesn't help when you're reading before going to bed because obviously you've got to stop at some point and go to bed. You can't just do that. I should read during the day, but I don't. So, Yeah, hyper focus engage. Exactly. That's it. Like it just kind of kicks in, takes over, and that's when the speed goes up. So on average, pretty fast. But like if you take a segment, pretty slow, and it gets better. So yeah, just sort of as I get into it, really. Yeah. There's also, I find, like a period of kind of acclimatization to the author, to like the definitely just the way it's written.
Yeah. Some authors you have to sort of read a bit more slowly because you're like, I need to get my head around this.
Yeah.
And it gets there eventually. And then some authors are like, oh, this is snappy immediately.
Yeah.
I can immediately read this fast.
Yeah. Just like some just a slightly irregular grammatical structure, like just sentences, like just words that it makes sense to read it with the words swapped around, but it's not the way that my brain expects it to be, and so I just have to like stop and trip and go back and like, oh, you said this, not that, and it reads the same, but it's slightly confusing.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But shall we go to a break and return with some Scarlet Hollow?
Yeah. I'm just going to leave myself a marker. Why does that... When I click over to Twitch... Okay, then I won't. I'll do a marker in the break. That's...
I disappear!
I do not know what is going on with Discord here. Okay. Right, yeah. I'm just going to send us to a break instead.
Sure.
That's really annoying. Where's my break screen? There we go. Right. So, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in like 5 minutes or so. And yeah, stick around.
And good night, Kat.
Oh, good night. Thank you for being here.
Keep well.
Take care.
Yeah. Don't forget the timer. Yes, good point.
The timer?
For the break.
Oh, yeah.
Did you forget that last time? Did someone forget that last time? Did I forget that last time?
I might have done. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna... Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we're gonna go. But be back in like 5 minutes where we're gonna do some Scarlet Hollow. So our faces will be gone. Because frankly it's nice sometimes to not have your face on screen all the time. But yeah, we're gonna do that. And so stick around for that and continue the exciting adventures of
Billy T. McGonagall.
Billy T. McGonagall. I was gonna Doctor? No, that's no. Billy T. McGonagall. See how that goes. But yeah, see you in like 5 minutes or so, friends.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.